Chosen one, before your thumb moves to scroll past this moment, I need you to stop and listen to my voice. Do not swipe away from this divine encounter. Do not look for another meaningless internet distraction. This specific second on your screen is not the result of a random algorithm. Heaven has literally bent the rules of time to place this urgent message directly in your path today. You thought you stumbled upon this by accident, but God made sure you found this exactly when you needed it. Right now, a massive shift is hovering over your entire life. But if you ignore this divine appointment, the window of this exact alignment will close. I need your undivided attention right here and right now. This cannot wait for tomorrow, and it certainly cannot wait for next week. Your spiritual nervous system is constantly feeling on edge. You feel a heavy pressure in your chest that you cannot explain. It feels like you are rapidly running out of time, but I am telling you to breathe today. Let me speak to the quiet exhaustion you have been carrying alone. I know you have been trying to do everything perfectly. You wake up early and you say the right prayers. You try to be a good person to everyone around you, and yet you look at your life and wonder why the breakthrough is completely stuck. You feel like you are hitting an invisible wall every single day. You give your precious energy to others until you are completely empty. It is incredibly draining to be the strong one all the time. You smile bravely for your family and your friends. You swallow your own tears because you do not want to burden anyone else. And deep inside, a quiet whisper tells you that maybe you are not doing enough. Maybe your daily faith is just too weak. Maybe heaven has somehow forgotten your specific address. I am here to tell you that this is a total lie. The enemy wants you to believe you are trapped in a permanent cycle of lack. He wants you to look at your bank account and instantly panic. He wants you to measure your spiritual worth by the delays in your physical reality. But the highest heavens are not blind to your silent tears. I count every single night you stayed awake staring at the dark ceiling. I saw the painful moments you almost gave up entirely. Your quiet and daily sacrifice is perfectly recorded in heaven. You have exhausted yourself trying to passionately bargain with heaven. You thought if you just suffered a little more, God would finally reward you. You have been acting like a beggar outside the gates of your own inheritance. But the architecture of your breakthrough does not require you to bleed for it. You have been fighting a spiritual battle that was already won long ago. The heavy metal armor you wear is completely unnecessary right now. There is one specific trick that changes absolutely everything for you. One single shift in your posture that forces the enemy to drop his weapons. I am going to reveal this powerful secret to you, but you must stay with me in this sacred and holy space. Do not let the loud noise of the world pull you away from this revelation. The vital key I am about to place in your hand is not complicated, but it requires you to surrender your old tired ways of surviving. You are the chosen cycle breaker of your entire bloodline. You were destined to step out of the wilderness and lead your family into massive abundance. So pause exactly where you are sitting or standing today. Unclench your tight jaw and relax your tired neck. Take a slow breath and let your heavy shoulders finally fall. The deep urgency you felt 3 minutes ago is melting away into divine peace. You are completely safe and protected in this space. Prepare your weary heart to receive the ultimate blueprint, because what I am about to show you will rewrite the remainder of your 2026. The massive golden door of your future is quietly unlocking, and you are finally ready to walk straight through it. Listen to my voice as we cross this threshold together. Let me speak directly to the tender places you have hidden from the world. You carry a tremendous weight that no one else can truly comprehend. And while everyone around you assumes you have everything under control, the reality is completely different when your door closes. The quiet moments of your evening are filled with silent battles. You sit down and feel the crushing gravity of another exhausting day. I see you functioning as the ultimate caregiver for every single person in your orbit. You constantly prioritize the urgent needs of others above your own well-being. When a friend calls with a crisis, you are the first one to answer the phone and offer comfort. You give away your limited energy until your own cup is completely bone dry. Nobody stops to ask who is taking care of you in the dark. Listen closely now, for I speak with a heavy weight. Do not let the distraction of this world pull your eyes away. I know about the countless nights you spend staring blankly at the bedroom ceiling. Your mind races with anxiety about bills and future obligations, and you quietly calculate numbers while the rest of the house sleeps, desperately trying to find a logical way out of the financial maze. The burden of maintaining harmony has cost you your own internal peace. I have watched you swallow your tears in the middle of arguments just to avoid a bigger fight. You silence your valid pain because you do not want to inconvenience anyone else. It hurts deeply when you bend over backward to keep the peace, and nobody even notices your massive effort. You just want someone to finally hold you for a change. Your physical body is silently screaming under the intense pressure of this heavy spiritual assignment. You feel a constant tightness in your chest that makes taking a deep breath incredibly difficult. Your jaw is frequently clenched without you even realizing it, and you wake up feeling completely drained before your feet ever touch the cold morning floor. This is the hidden reality of the weary caregiver who never complains. People look at your life and they admire your incredible resilience. They praise your strength and they lean heavily on your constant support, but they do not see how dangerously close you are to completely breaking apart. You are terrified that if you drop even one single ball, everything around you will instantly shatter into a million pieces. You feel trapped by the very reliability that people always praise you for. You have mastered the art of suffering in complete and absolute silence. You carefully wipe your face and fix your posture before walking into a crowded room. You wear a convincing smile to shield the fragile pieces of your broken spirit. But the Father sees straight through the brave armor you wear every single day, and heaven is intimately acquainted with the sorrow you refuse to speak aloud. Sometimes you cry in the shower so the running water masks the sound of your sobbing. You feel a profound loneliness even when standing in a room full of your family. It feels like you are speaking a foreign language that nobody can translate. And while you give them a beautiful version of yourself, you keep the painful shadows hidden securely away because you are so tired of bleeding to prove your love. I want you to know that your invisible pain is fully validated in the courts of heaven. You do not have to pretend to be strong in this sacred space today. You are allowed to feel the crushing exhaustion of being the designated cycle breaker for your bloodline. It is a monumental task to heal wounds you never personally created, and you are carrying generational trauma while trying to transform it into generational wealth. Hold that sentence. Let it land deep in your spirit before we move forward together. The people who hurt you the most are often the ones you tried the hardest to protect. You sacrificed your own boundaries to build a safe harbor for broken people who could not appreciate it. And now you are left feeling completely empty and fundamentally misunderstood by the world. It is profoundly unfair, and heaven agrees with your righteous grief. Let me show you the unseen truth hiding beneath your daily struggles. You have carried a heavy basket of guilt that was never yours to hold. You thought the long delay in your blessing was a divine punishment. You falsely believed that your tired faith was simply too weak, and you assumed heaven was deeply disappointed with your constant exhaustion while you tried your best to survive. Listen to me, and let this truth wash over your tired spirit. The painful silence you have experienced is absolutely not a rejection. God is not punishing you for failing to be perfectly strong every day. You do not have to earn your heavenly inheritance by bleeding for it. Instead of anger, the highest courts of heaven are looking at your weary prayers with massive compassion and fierce protective love. The profound struggles you face are actually proof of your magnificent calling. The enemy did not target your finances and your peace because you are weak. He attacked you fiercely because he is absolutely terrified of your future. He knows you are the chosen cycle breaker of your entire family line, and he sees the massive harvest that is rushing toward your house right now. The darkness is using a calculated strategy to keep you deeply confused. The enemy is desperately trying to hide one specific secret from your eyes. He knows that if you discover this single truth, his kingdom will crumble. He wants you to stay distracted by daily panics and minor arguments, so you will drain your precious energy and completely miss the open door. You have been fighting shadows in a wilderness created by the adversary. He plants loud lies in your mind to make you doubt your own worth. He whispers that you will always be stuck in this agonizing financial loop. But his power relies entirely on keeping you completely blind to the truth. Once you see the hidden key I am revealing today, his heavy chains will instantly break and fall away from your life forever. God is aggressively clearing out the hidden traps from your future right now. The delay was never meant to break you or leave you empty. The delay was fierce protection against the traps the enemy set for you. You are being carefully positioned to receive a massive level of wealth that your mind cannot even fathom in this exact moment. The single trick the enemy fears the most is not a complex ritual. It is simply a profound shift in how you carry your spiritual authority. You have spent your whole life begging for scraps at the counter of heaven, but you are the rightful heir to an endless kingdom of absolute abundance. The enemy panics when you finally stop begging and simply decide to step through the front door. So I need you to release the heavy burden of your own self-blame. You cannot step into your massive inheritance while clinging to a beggar mindset. It is time to physically let go of the tension, ruining your mortal body. I need your vessel to be fully prepared for the immense blessing ahead. Your nervous system must completely reset right now so your spirit has the capacity to receive this divine prophetic word. Pause exactly where you are sitting or standing in this very moment. Unclench your tight jaw right now and let your heavy shoulders fall. Take one slow and deep breath to release the anxiety in your chest. Feel the heavy armor falling off your tired back as you slowly exhale. You have carried the weight of the world for far too long, and you do not have to fight this invisible war all by yourself anymore. The fierce battle for your financial peace was already won at the cross. You only need to stand completely still and watch heaven move for you. The exhaustion you feel is the final tactic of a defeated spiritual enemy. He is trying to wear you out right before the golden gates finally open. Do not let his cheap illusions steal the magnificent joy of your incoming victory just when the tide is turning. But there is another profound layer beneath this invisible spiritual warfare. You have been feeling some very strange physical symptoms over the past weeks. And you have probably wondered if your tired mind is simply playing tricks on you. I want to show you exactly why your body is reacting this way. Do not look away from this screen because the answer I am about to give will finally bring you total peace. Lately, you have been waking up with a heavy fog in your mind. You feel an unexplained exhaustion sitting deep in your chest. You think it is just normal stress from your daily life. But you are completely wrong about this heavy feeling. Your body is reacting to a massive spiritual shift right now, and I am about to reveal exactly what is happening in the unseen realm. Do not scroll past this vital revelation today. You have been feeling an intense and unexplained restlessness lately. Your heart suddenly starts racing for absolutely no logical reason. You sit in your quiet room and feel a strange vibration of anxiety running through your veins. You wonder if you are slowly losing your mind. The heavy brain fog makes it incredibly difficult to focus on simple daily tasks. You forget where you placed your keys or what you were just about to say, and this sudden forgetfulness deeply frustrates you because you are usually so sharp and highly capable. You feel like a stranger inside your own mortal body. You stare at your computer screen and you simply cannot process the basic information. A simple conversation suddenly feels like running a massive physical marathon. Your physical vessel feels incredibly heavy. It feels like you are walking through thick, wet sand every single day. You constantly apologize to people for being so easily distracted. But you simply cannot shake this dense cognitive cloud away from your heavy head. Your sleep provides absolutely no rest for your weary soul. You wake up feeling more drained than when you went to bed. Your nervous system is constantly bracing for the next piece of bad news to drop. You have lived in sheer survival mode for so incredibly long. Your body literally does not remember how to recognize true safety and peace anymore. Every sudden loud noise makes you jump right out of your skin. A simple, unexpected phone call makes your stomach completely drop. You instantly assume that massive disaster has finally arrived at your front door again. This is the tragic toll of carrying heavy armor every single day. Your physical body is keeping a harsh score of your invisible spiritual battles. You look in the mirror, and you do not recognize the tired eyes staring back at you. You see the deep, dark shadows of countless sleepless nights. You feel a profound disconnect between your vibrant spirit and your exhausted physical frame. The enemy whispers that this mental fog means you are spiritually failing. He says your tired faith is finally breaking down. He wants you to believe you are somehow defective or completely broken inside. He tries to convince you that the incoming blessing will pass you by because your mind is too weak to handle it. You quietly weep because you feel so incredibly powerless against this brutal physical fatigue. You try to force yourself to focus, but your brain simply refuses to cooperate with your desires. This intense physical heaviness is deeply terrifying when you face it all alone. You desperately try to hide this thick brain fog from your family and your friends. You smile and pretend everything is perfectly normal while your mind is entirely blank. The massive effort of wearing this daily mask leaves you completely depleted by the late afternoon. You crash on the couch and wonder how long you can possibly sustain this painful illusion. You feel entirely disconnected from the vibrant person you used to be. But there is a profound, unseen truth behind this specific physical symptom. Your physical vessel is not betraying your holy destiny. I need you to understand exactly what the divine realm is doing inside your mortal frame. This thick mental fog is actually a clear sign of the magnificent threshold you are currently crossing. You are standing in the exact middle of a massive spiritual upgrade. Your body is undergoing a deep and necessary preparation for the upcoming harvest season. But I will not leave you wandering blindly in this painful physical confusion. There is a sacred reason why your physical mind feels entirely disconnected right now. And before this short message ends, I will give you the precise key to clear the fog completely. Hold tightly to my words today, and do not lose your beautiful hope. Just stay in this holy room with me for a few more minutes. Do not let the enemy steal your focus right when the heavy veil is finally lifting. Your physical healing is directly tied to the spiritual revelation you are about to receive. You have been crying out into what feels like an empty void. You look up at the sky and wonder why heaven is completely silent. It feels like your desperate prayers are just hitting a brass ceiling and falling back down. You assume God has simply turned his back on your current situation. And while you sit alone in the dark waiting for a miracle, this heavy silence is slowly breaking your weary heart into a million tiny pieces. The enemy whispers that this quietness means you are entirely forgotten. He tells you that your divine calling was just a foolish mistake. You watch other people receive massive blessings while you are still stuck waiting in the dark. You feel profoundly abandoned by the very Creator who promised to protect your steps. And because the breakthrough has taken so incredibly long to manifest, you wrongly assume the delay is a harsh punishment for your past mistakes. But I need you to understand the architecture of this specific moment. I need you to completely change how you view this spiritual waiting room. Hold that sentence. Let it land in your spirit before we move forward. The silence of God is absolutely not the silence of absence or abandonment. It is the intense focus of a master architect, finalizing your massive blueprint before the heavy foundation of your new life is permanently poured into place. While you are weeping over the delay, heaven is aggressively moving behind the scenes. God is not ignoring your desperate pleas for financial rescue. He is actively sweeping the massive room of your incoming future. He is violently removing every single toxic person who would try to steal your harvest. He is dismantling invisible traps that you cannot even see right now, ensuring your path is completely clear for the massive wealth transfer. If God gave you the profound blessing today, the enemy would instantly snatch it away. You are surrounded by hidden wolves disguised as trusted friends. So the Father is using this painful delay as a fierce shield of protection. He closed the door temporarily to starve the hidden parasites trying to drain your life. And although the waiting feels like a brutal punishment, your current delay is actually your ultimate divine defense against total ruin. Breathe out that heavy guilt you have been carrying for so many months. Your unanswered prayers were not a cruel rejection from the heavenly courts. Your profound exhaustion is not a sign of weak faith or spiritual failure. You thought I was silent, but I was aggressively fighting on your behalf. The Master is quietly preparing a massive table of abundance right in the presence of your absolute worst enemies while they watch in terror. This massive spiritual demolition creates a shockwave you can physically feel. That thick brain fog and deep physical heaviness are the direct result of this unseen war. Your mortal body is absorbing the intense frequency of heaven, clearing out your bloodline curses. You are not losing your mind or failing your holy assignment. You are simply standing too close to the blast zone of a divine miracle while the old survival patterns are violently destroyed forever. You are the designated spiritual warrior of your entire family tree. The enemy wants you to mistake the dust of construction for the ashes of defeat, but the heavy demolition in the unseen realm is almost entirely complete. The toxic people have been completely removed from your future timeline forever, and the dark spiritual assignments against your finances are officially canceled by the highest authority in the entire universe, leaving you completely untouchable. You are standing on the very edge of a massive physical manifestation. The silence is about to be broken by the loud thunder of your sudden deliverance. Do not let the quietness trick you into abandoning your holy post right now. You must hold your ground just a little bit longer. The unseen realm is finalizing the ultimate transfer of massive wealth directly into your tired hands, and the wait is finally over. You can feel the massive compression building up in your life. Everything feels incredibly heavy and urgent all at once. You are standing right on the razor-thin edge of a monumental breakthrough. And the intense pressure you feel is not the heavy weight of failure. It is the extreme gravity of crossing a massive spiritual threshold into your promised land. The air is thick with anticipation. You are standing at the exact border of a sudden financial explosion. This is where many chosen ones become terrified and turn back, and they feel the painful ache of the transition while wrongly calling it a terrible mistake. But you must hold your ground in this final hour. The enemy is throwing every possible distraction at you because he is absolutely desperate. He wants you to quit right before the door swings open. He knows that your breakthrough will permanently destroy his dark kingdom. Once you cross this specific line, your entire bloodline is instantly freed from poverty, and the heavy chains of generational debt are completely snapping under the intense pressure of your arrival season. You are not just stepping into a minor blessing today. You are walking into a realm of massive abundance and eternal peace. That thick mental fog and unexplained exhaustion you feel is finally making sense. It is not a medical mystery or a failure of your faith. It is simply the physiological pressure of your human vessel adapting to a higher frequency. Your physical brain is literally rewiring itself right now because it must expand its capacity to handle the massive wealth transfer heading your way. You are shedding the heavy skin of the weary survivor forever. You are the designated cycle breaker for your entire family tree. The crushing weight you carried was the labor of birthing a brand new reality, and the painful contractions are finally coming to a sudden end right now. Heaven has officially authorized the full release of your heavenly inheritance. But this massive release requires a physical agreement from your mortal hands. You must declare your readiness. I need you to physically anchor this prophetic word into your current reality. Gently press the like button as your solid covenant with heaven today. This is not a random internet interaction. It is your physical decree that you are fully ready for the massive shift. When you seal this word, you send a blinding flash of light into the unseen realm. The darkness scatters instantly. Go to the comments and type 777 to seal this exact word. Let those 3 numbers serve as your signed signature on the heavenly contract. You are officially accepting the mandate of the cycle breaker today. Do not hesitate, and do not let the enemy make you doubt this simple, holy action. Type the numbers and claim the financial explosion that is rightfully yours. You are stepping out of the painful wilderness and into the bright light. The intense pressure in your chest is slowly melting into profound peace because you are no longer fighting for your daily survival in the shadows. The vast resources of the highest kingdom are now violently backing your every step. You can finally drop the heavy sword and stop fighting this war alone. Your enemies are completely paralyzed by the brilliant light of your new authority, and they can only stand back and watch as heaven dramatically vindicates your silent tears. The threshold has been officially crossed. But there is still one final layer we must address before you claim the ultimate key. You must learn the exact posture of the true heir to keep this massive blessing forever. There is a very specific reason why some people lose their blessing immediately, and it happens because they receive the miracle but still maintain the desperate mindset of a beggar. I will not let you make that tragic mistake. I am going to show you the one trick that permanently locks your inheritance in place. Stay with me as we finally open the deepest vault. There is a massive lie keeping you trapped in fear. You feel a constant cycle of deep anxiety. You have been taught a terrible transactional religion. It forces you to constantly beg for your basic blessings. You think you must prove your worth by suffering every single day, and you foolishly believe that if you just work much harder and sacrifice more of your health, God will finally notice your quiet pain. This toxic mindset is destroying your divine peace. The enemy absolutely loves it when you act helpless. He wants you to stay permanently on your tired knees. He needs you to plead for your basic survival. A petitioner stands at a busy counter and desperately bargains for tiny crumbs. But a rightful heir walks confidently through the front door of the massive estate and simply receives what is already theirs without asking. You are the rightful heir to the eternal kingdom. You have been standing at the completely wrong counter. You keep trying to desperately earn a massive inheritance, but it is already permanently deeded to your specific name. The one trick that changes absolutely everything does not require you to fast for another 40 days. It does not require you to bleed more or sacrifice your physical health to prove your deep loyalty to the Creator. The heavy price was already completely paid. This ultimate trick is a radical shift in your posture. You must stop acting like a tired slave. You live inside your own Father's beautiful house. You do not have to carry the massive weight of the entire world to be considered worthy. The heavy lifting was completely finished before you were even born into this world. Your only real job is to stand perfectly still, release your anxiety, and boldly receive the financial harvest that heaven prepared. You thought vindication required a loud public explanation. You spent so much precious energy defending your pure heart. You desperately tried to explain yourself to completely confused people. But vindication actually begins when you stop needing them to become your judge. Fearful silence quietly hides in the dark corners of the room, but faithful silence stands incredibly tall and watches God move violently on your behalf to clear your beautiful name. You must drop the heavy armor right now. The invisible spiritual war is officially over for you. You cannot ruin the massive destiny I have called you to just by being human. God does not need your flawless perfection to release the financial floodgates over your family. He simply requires your close proximity and your absolute willingness to open your empty hands to the sky. It is time to step into your magnificent new identity. When you stop begging and start receiving, the atmosphere shifts. The dark demons that used to torment your finances flee. They run away in absolute sheer terror. They cannot manipulate a cycle breaker who finally knows their true, undeniable worth. The intense panic in your chest is instantly replaced by a profound and unshakable inner knowing that guides your next steps. You are absolutely no longer a helpless victim of these harsh physical circumstances. The one simple trick is total surrender of your control. You stop trying to manipulate the slow timeline. You let heaven perfectly orchestrate the ultimate delivery. You stop giving your precious energy to toxic people who only drain your beautiful spirit every single day. You boldly reclaim your personal boundaries without feeling a single ounce of false guilt. This is what it truly means to step into massive spiritual authority. The poverty mindset is violently breaking off your bloodline. You will no longer look at your bank account and cry. You will not feel that immediate wave of intense nausea. You will look at your future with the calm confidence of a wealthy king or queen. The painful days of barely scraping by and surviving on empty hopes are permanently finished for good, because heaven has declared you the absolute winner. The heavy vault is officially unlocked, and the massive door is wide open. Do not let the distraction of this world pull you away. Stay deeply anchored in this holy moment with me. We are rapidly approaching the final revelation of your season. The heavy fog in your mind is completely clearing out to make room for brilliant clarity. You are finally ready to handle the immense weight of the massive glory heading your way. Prepare your physical vessel to catch the ultimate outpouring of abundance. The painful wait is finally over, and the massive vault is wide open. The universe is perfectly aligning for your ultimate victory right now. You have successfully crossed the violent threshold into your promised season of abundance. All the heavy chains of your past are permanently broken today. The magnificent breakthrough you begged for is standing right inside your living room. I promised you the ultimate key to unlock everything you desire. I promised to reveal the single trick that absolutely terrifies the enemy. And here is the profound truth you must grasp with your entire spirit. The one trick is absolute and total surrender. It is stopping your frantic daily fight and simply standing perfectly still. You do not have to bleed for this miracle anymore. You just have to open your empty hands and boldly receive. A tired beggar constantly negotiates for tiny drops of daily mercy. But the rightful heir simply walks into the massive estate and claims the entire kingdom without apologizing. You are the chosen heir of total and complete abundance. Heaven has already signed the heavy financial documents in your specific name. Your only job is to stop resisting the massive blessing and let the golden river flow toward you. Your exhausted physical body can finally rest in this sacred truth. You do not need to figure out the exact logical steps of your sudden rescue. God has already orchestrated the miraculous details behind the unseen scenes. The heavy fog is completely lifting from your tired mind right now. You can clearly see your beautiful future with brilliant crystal clarity because the dark season is officially finished. You came into this holy moment feeling completely terrified and deeply broken. You mistakenly thought my silence meant you were being harshly punished. But now the heavy veil is lifted and you know the glorious truth. You are fully vindicated and fiercely loved by the Creator. The intense anxiety that gripped your chest 10 minutes ago has been completely washed away. My divine peace has permanently filled your beautiful weary heart. You finally know that you are the designated cycle breaker of your family. You know the massive financial vault is officially unlocked and waiting for you. If this sacred sanctuary has bound your deep wounds today, I invite you to take a holy physical action. Do not act out of fear or desperate panic. Act from the profound confidence of a wealthy heir who knows the massive harvest is already guaranteed. Take a quiet moment to honor the holy altar right now. Plant a financial seed through the Super Thanks button below as your physical decree of faith. Use this specific action as a tangible signature on your massive heavenly inheritance. When you sow a seed in absolute peace, you prove to the unseen realm that you completely trust the magnificent provision. You are stepping into your massive wealth today. Let your generous seed be a bold statement of your new royal identity. You are absolutely no longer hoarding tiny scraps out of sheer daily terror. You are operating from a massive place of endless spiritual overflow. Every single cycle of deep poverty is completely shattered under your feet today. Heaven honors the brave faith of the chosen one who steps boldly into the brilliant light without any lingering hesitation. The sudden financial explosion is already moving rapidly toward your bank account. Do not let any confused person talk you out of your massive miracle. The profound shift has officially happened in the invisible spiritual realm. Stand incredibly tall and watch the physical reality quickly catch up to your brand new frequency. You are deeply protected and fiercely loved for the rest of eternity. Rest your weary head tonight knowing the brutal unseen war is permanently over. Your children and their children will eat endlessly from the massive harvest you secured today. The enemy has completely lost his dark grip on your beautiful life. You have broken the heavy generational curse and established a brand new legacy. The golden doors are wide open and no demon in hell can ever shut them. Claim your absolute victory right now. Let the intense energy of this moment slowly settle down around you. You have carried some incredibly heavy things during this profound message. The massive shift has officially happened in the unseen realm today, and now your physical vessel needs time to completely process this glorious victory. Pause exactly where you are and just exist in this quiet space. Do not rush back to the loud world. I want you to focus entirely on your physical breathing right now. Take one very slow and deep breath in through your nose. Hold it gently for just a single second, and now slowly let it completely out. Exhale all the lingering anxiety that was hiding in your chest. Feel your rapid heartbeat gradually slowing down to a calm, steady rhythm. You are absolutely safe here in this holy space. Bring your quiet attention to the heavy muscles in your neck. You have been walking around with your shoulders raised in pure defense. Let those tired shoulders physically drop away from your ears right now. Unclench your jaw and let your face completely soften. The invisible metal armor you wore for years is finally falling onto the floor because you simply do not need that heavy protection anymore. The violent spiritual storm outside your window has completely passed. The sky is incredibly clear, and the dark clouds are permanently gone. You can step out of pure survival mode and actually enjoy the gentle breeze. The deafening noise of the enemy has been permanently silenced by heaven. You are standing in the middle of a beautiful and endless peace. Let this profound stillness wash over your tired soul. If a sudden wave of panic tries to return later today, do not fight it. Simply watch it pass by like a tiny, harmless cloud in the bright sky. The enemy might try to send a weak echo of your old fears, but that empty echo has absolutely no real power over your life anymore. You are deeply anchored in the unshakable truth of your heavenly inheritance. The heavy chains are already permanently broken. A true heir does not rush frantically through the halls of the massive estate. A royal heir walks with quiet purpose, and they rest in total confidence. You have finally learned how to stand perfectly still and simply receive. This specific posture is your ultimate weapon against the lingering shadows. The profound silence you feel right now is the beautiful sound of total victory. Your soul is completely restored. You do not need to mentally strategize your entire tomorrow. Heaven has already walked into your future, and God has perfectly arranged every single detail for your success. The financial provision is completely secured, and the right doors are already unlocked. You can finally release the desperate need to control the timeline of your own massive miracle. Just let the gentle current of divine grace carry you safely forward. Your physical mind is going to experience a massive wave of clarity. The thick brain fog that tormented you is officially melting away forever. As you sleep tonight, heaven will quietly repair the exhausted pathways in your brain. You will wake up tomorrow morning feeling surprisingly light, and your focus will be incredibly sharp. The heavy season of deep physical exhaustion is completely finished for good. Let the beautiful warmth of this divine promise wrap around you like a heavy blanket. You are fiercely loved, and you are fiercely protected by the highest authority. You never have to earn your right to exist in this massive peace. It is freely given to you because you are the chosen cycle breaker of your family. Rest your weary head and know that the brutal war is completely over. Your magnificent harvest is totally safe. Allow this profound and eternal peace to permanently settle into your very bones. When you walk out of this sacred room today, you will carry this unshakable stillness with you. The world will wonder why you are suddenly smiling in the face of massive uncertainty. They will not understand the invisible kingdom that completely surrounds your steps. You are walking in absolute victory. The profound peace you feel right now is the permanent seal of heaven. You have officially stepped out of the dark wilderness and into your massive inheritance. But the divine architecture of this beautiful kingdom operates on a very specific law. I need you to understand how the mathematics of heaven truly works. The blessing you just received is not meant to be hidden in the dark. There is someone in your phone contacts right now who is staring at their screen. They are absolutely terrified of tomorrow and crying over their unpaid bills. They feel the exact same heavy crushing weight that you carried just 10 minutes ago. You have the ultimate power to be their sudden rescue tonight. When you share this exact message with them, you set the law of heavenly multiplication into motion. Pass this prophetic word to them and save a tired soul today. Heaven closely watches what you do with the massive grace you are freely given. You are essentially taking the golden key and unlocking another prison door. And when you freely give the miracle away, the Creator multiplies your personal harvest 100 times over. The enemy wants you to keep this total victory a secret. He wants your friends to stay completely trapped in their financial despair. You must aggressively break his dark influence over your entire community today. Share this revelation and watch the darkness flee from their homes. And as you walk forward into this brilliant season, you must fiercely protect your mind. The old survival habits will try to quietly creep back into your thoughts tomorrow. The enemy will attempt to whisper new doubts when you wake up. You need a daily anchor to keep your heavy vessel securely tied to the truth. Subscribe to this sanctuary so tomorrow brings another powerful prophetic word directly into your path. Do not let the adversary block the daily manna heaven prepares for you. When you align your daily steps with this holy frequency, you become completely untouchable. The heavy chains of generational poverty are permanently shattered behind you. You are walking into the glorious light of endless provision and perfect divine health. The massive financial explosion we secured today is just the beautiful beginning. Your family tree will never look the same after this incredible day. You are the brave cycle breaker who stood still and simply received the kingdom. Keep your heart incredibly soft and your hands completely open to the sky. I release the ultimate blessing of total abundance over your entire beautiful life. The massive doors of your new estate are officially locked from the inside. The dark wolves can never enter your sacred space to steal your joy again. You are fully equipped to handle the immense weight of this coming glory. The Father trusts you with this magnificent wealth because your heart is completely pure. Do not look back at the painful wilderness you just walked out of. The old version of you who begged for tiny scraps is completely dead. You are wearing the brilliant royal garments of a truly beloved heir, and every single room you walk into will instantly shift because of your massive spiritual authority. So take this divine peace and spread it like a wild and beautiful fire. Let your quiet confidence terrify the hidden demons operating in the shadows. You have crossed the final threshold, and the glorious victory is completely yours. Nothing in this universe can ever separate you from this profound and holy love. Rest well tonight, knowing the Master Architect has finished his great work. Your tomorrow is infinitely brighter than your darkest and most painful yesterday. Step forward into the magnificent harvest with a huge smile on your face. The profound miracle you waited for is finally here, and it will never leave you. I leave you with this final and eternal seal of divine protection. May your home be permanently filled with the beautiful sound of genuine laughter. May your bank accounts overflow so you can generously bless everyone around you. You are the chosen one, and your magnificent arrival season has officially begun.